Hello. Welcome to my first sketchbook tour video. This is actually my first sketchbook, and I'm covering this part because when you see it, you're gonna laugh, and it's gonna be kind of a funny thing. But I was like, oh, like, I want to represent one, and so it's like, what's the one thing artists know how to draw, and it's eyeballs. Yeah. I did not want to finish. I did not want to finish the painting because I was like, oh, I just want to get in here. Then I tried the spine. Then I have some Hello Kitty stickers. I have a Winnie the Pooh. I thought this was cool, but it keeps wanting to fall off. So, this is the brand. I found this at work. Yeah, let me see if this is actually like a... Why is this so weird? Okay, I hope that at least makes it look nicer. I genuinely cannot tell. So I did some thumbnails, and then I didn't really like them like I did, but then I was like, oh, I already know what I'm gonna do. So this had information, so I covered it up, and then, you know, it says I'll reward you with lots of hugs. This is almost worse, but that's okay. So I started this March 1st, 2022, and to June 4th, 2022, so did not spend a whole lot in this, and I kind of wish that I would have focused on maybe, you know, doing some studies rather than just doing whatever, but I've definitely improved, so, but get ready, because it's bad. So this was my swatch page. I didn't have a whole lot of markers around this time when I started, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I wanted to tape these in. I think this one's probably my favorite. Then this is how I would draw people, which, kind of like looking at it now, it's not too terrible, from the way that I draw them now, but I mean, this arm is just very obviously smaller than this one, but you know, it's okay. So then I was doing anatomy practice, but I didn't look up any references for any of these. I was like, oh, I can just do it from memory, you know? And then I think I drew this, and I was like, yeah, this is not, like, what, bro. I can't believe that I drew like this, but it's fine. I'm definitely better now. And then I did some with some Pinterest references, so that was cool. I think I did more here, but I struggled with everything, but I wrote down like what I like really struggled with, which are still things that I really struggled with. Then I was trying something here. I like the way that the washi tape looks, but everything else I kind of regret adding, but that's okay. I found another reference thing that I copied, and this was no reference, and I was like, haha, lol. Then I just tried to do some hands. I really like the way that this came out, because I just kind of like cut the washi tape. So I think this looks cool still, and I like that, but I mean, yeah, it's just like hand practice. And then I was like, ooh, let me do some doodles. So I did that like shape thing and did some doodles. I want to get this as like a tattoo. I think it looks cool. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting so like burnt out already. And then this is not part of my style anymore, but I was working on expressions. I just wanted to get better at everything, so I think I did a little bit of everything in this sketchbook. Then I was like, oh, I want to do faces. I do like this one a lot though. But yeah, I don't draw like that anymore. But then I think, well, this says 2020, so maybe they're like Maybe they're all from 2020, I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, this is like my old username. And some old art, and then I actually still really like the way that this turned out. But yeah, I just wanted to like redraw just to see like, you know, if I've improved, which I barely even started art anyways, so the fact that I got here is kind of crazy to me. Just because it was like just 2 years and I wasn't really like drawing a whole lot. Then I drew more hands, and I hate drawing hands. I spent way too long on these two. And then I told myself, don't quit your day job, because I cannot draw hands. I still can't. I just draw balls. It's fine. And then I was like, ooh, character moment, because I drew this, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to develop this character. I don't think you see this character anymore. Like, I don't even fill this out at all. So, there's some light sketches of a character that I've had for a while, and you can barely see it, so we're just gonna skip over it. I still really like this page. I like that it's just like random blobs, and then I kind of just was like, oh yeah, this is going great. But you know, I actually like a lot of the silly doodles. Like, I like this bird. He's silly. I like him. Drew some more. I mostly just doodled. That's kind of just how my sketchbooks go. I was trying to figure out how hair works, so I was trying to like come up with it like from my head without having any references. And then I also like this page a lot. You know, just some cringe. I was making fun of that one song. That's what the mask is. And it would randomly get stuck in my head, and then I would have to like, I wouldn't listen to it, because I've never been a Dream fan, but, you know. Sometimes it just kind of gets stuck in your head as like an ironic little thing. Then I'm not going to comment on this page. If you know, you know. Ice King. Hell yeah. Then I was kind of just like drawing creatures from like a dream I had once, but I didn't really like how it was going. But I did add these like stickers to it, and I kind of like still like this sort of idea here. But, and then I was like really into like making clay faces. So I was like kind of coming up with ideas for that, but I never did really any of these except for this one. This page, oh god. When I drew this one, I was like, oh my god, I'm so good at drawing. I'm like the best. I'm so perfect. But like, what are these sleeves? Like, what are they? Like, I still need to get better at drawing clothes, but at least the clothes that I draw now actually look like clothes. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna look at different aesthetics, but I think you can tell the two that I actually liked, which was, this isn't even really angel core, I feel like, but angel core and tooth core, but I still like the outfit, but I mean, bro does not have hands. This face haunts me in my dreams. I close my eyes and I see this face staring back at me. Since the moment I drew it, I hated it, and it's haunted me. But a lot of people were drawing different mushrooms as people, and I was like, oh, I should do that. Without really doing anything about the character design. I was just like, oh, colors and mushroom caps, and that's all you need. But I do like the colors. I like the mushrooms themselves, but not really the characters. Then I was drawing more of my OC. I make a character sheet in this that I don't really like anymore, but I drew him a lot. I like the way he just sort of looks dead inside here. Then I was trying to draw sort of like his mentor character, and well, that just was not working very well for me. Then I found things on Instagram that I was just kind of doodling. Wow, I forgot how downhill this sketchbook goes. I didn't like what I drew here, so I scribbled over it. I think I do that a lot in the sketchbook. I was trying to be, I don't think I really understood what I was doing here, but I was like, oh, I can be cool. But no, no, you cannot. With like some random doodles, and then I made a doodle page, which actually some of these are kind of like I like this guy, this like snowman guy, and I did like a, you know, yeah. You know, I think it goes without saying. Oh, my phone's gonna die. That's not great. I think that looks better. Okay, I just grabbed my phone charger so it wouldn't die on me while I was recording. But I think it goes without saying that I don't really like a lot of the art in this sketchbook because I've had like 2 years of like growth. So this page annoys me because just throughout the whole sketchbook there's just like a lot of white page, and I had no idea how to like fill it up, but I do like these. I like these a lot. I think I made these like before I actually got the sketchbook, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like those cool people that like put stuff in their sketchbook. But yeah, I like tried to draw a hand here, and then I didn't draw a hand here, and this just I need to move on. And then I was trying to do more anatomy practice, but I was like, I remember spending very little time on this. And you can see, like, you know. So this is my OC. I haven't done really a whole lot with him yet, but I have his story, like, burned in my mind. So his name is Roy Walker. He does not look like he's 23. Dream man, no one calls him that, but the rest of this just kind of seems like I'm just kind of like coming up with meat, because I love these colors. These are all the things that I like, and these are my dislikes too. So I feel like I kind of just made this guy me, but just a different age. But you know, I mean, I still like him, and I definitely want to do more with him. I just have not gotten around to that. Then I did expressions on this page. I don't really like them, so. But then I did like I really liked the pages that were like this. They were like really fun, even though I spent like so much time on them. And even though it still looks like really weird, I still really like this page. I like these this like cloud effect and like the swirls, and I like the stars, and you know, like I enjoy this page, even though it doesn't look the best, and even though I feel like it's really not kidcore, but we're gonna sort of just ignore that part. This was more of me trying to figure out, okay, like, what is Royal's mentor gonna look like? This is not what he looks like anymore, but, you know, so I think that I was just kind of, like, getting really annoyed that it took me so long to make something, and then finding out that I really don't like it, or it looks weird. So I just kind of, like, took out all of my frustrations on this, and I think I was watching, like, Curtis Connor at the time, and so that's where this quote comes from, because I think his friend said it in one of the videos, but, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this page, other than, I kind of like this, like, this doodle and this one. So, I was, like, trying to draw fan art, and then I was like, oh, I hate the way this is looking, like, oh. So then I tried to start over here, and then it wasn't working, and so I just started drawing these, like, little guys, and I really liked the way that this one comes out, and that one. Like, I was like, oh, these guys are so cute, and so little, and so I filled the rest of the page with them, but I was trying so hard. And then I was trying to figure out how to draw cats. This head looks like a rock, but, you know, I tried. Then I was trying to do that, like, thing that I can't remember what it's called. But I tried to do that. I made this, and I still kind of like the way it looks, but, like, I think I could definitely do, like, a better job. It's just kind of, like, a cool concept. And then, you know, some flowers, and I tried to fill this up, but then I got bored. So, I didn't finish it. I found, like, more stuff on Pinterest, by the way. So that's kind of what all of these are from. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna work on, you know, just trying to draw. I still actually really like the way that this one is. And this one. I really like that expression. I think it's fun, but everything else, like, this looks terrifying. And then I took a whole bunch of paint, and I just sort of, like, smeared it around, and then I added, like, you know, this lace, and I added, you know, I painted this on here, I added this guy. I also did that, like, life hack of, like, oh, I'm gonna put some, like, crayons, and then put, like, one layer of acrylic black paint, and then scratch it. So I have some of that. This one says, eat crud. But then this just says, trust the process, it all gets better from here. Because I was, like, really sad because my art wasn't just automatically super good. Like, if I could see, like, back then, if I could see what my art looks like now, I think I would be so much happier. And then I got new markers, so I was like, oh, I have to do a swatch page. I also got the Arteza liners, so I was, like, doing that too. And then I drew my little guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, my art looks so much better with these supplies. I will get to this page in a second, but I mean, look how much space is here. Like, I mean, I understand that I wanted to use the markers and that it was gonna, like, bleed through, right? But, like, I could have, like, sketched something. And then I was like, oh, I'm really good at drawing fabric, guys. Look, I'm adding folds where it makes no sense. Like, this is just kind of crazy to me now. Like, I definitely draw characters just sort of standing there like this, but, like, bro. And then I forgot to put his hair there, so it's just like he's, like, bald on one side. And then ignore that. Okay, this is 2022, okay? You cannot fault me for this. But I love the Sonic movies. I think they're fun. So I drew Robotnik, I drew Harvey, and I drew Cass because Cass is baby girl. And Mobius, I like him too. But then I, like, got bored because I was like, whatever. Then I tried to draw that one mentor character again. And again, and then I drew some random lady. I found, like, these paint pens, and so I was like, yo, I wanna make something, like, different from what I usually do, so that's kind of what this page is. I feel like I really have not had a whole lot to really say about the sketchbook, but I do like this. Even though this hand is definitely not accurate, I still like it. I also like this. I just like the scream. This clown character, I feel like I sound really, like, scared there, but, you know. Like, what was I even really going for here? I don't know what this side profile is, either. And then I was also watching a lot of, like, Danny Gonzalez, and so I said Uggo mode. And then I was trying to figure out Royo's, like, main outfit, but I really should have just done this digital because then I could have at least, like, copied and pasted, like, the same pose, but I was trying, and then it just kind of devolved. I don't like this page at all, but I do like that I have, like, a little axolotl, a little, like, bug creature, you know. And then this is based off of a clay face that I bought from my art mutual and friend at the time, Schmeat. I don't think that they do any kind of like shop stuff anymore, but this is Edgar. I drew him as a human. I also did this like quirky thing where I would like take their first initial and like put it as like their ears. Cause I was like, yeah, that's gonna make my art look cool. And then this is a clay face that I made. His name is Bark. He's really cute. And so, like, we both were like, oh yeah, like, these two characters would, like, date each other. And I actually still quite like them together, but, I mean, I just haven't drawn them. I think since this sketchbook, but I drew them, like, meeting here and stuff like that. And then I was trying to draw Bark as a person, but it was really complicated. I could probably do it now, but this was too complicated for me. I do like this like sort of like grandpa bear guy up here. He looks a little bit more like something I draw now. But you know, and then I did like a 3 marker challenge, which I really like this page a lot. I like these smiley faces. And then, oh, I love the texture on this. I don't even remember exactly what I did, but I took paint, right? And then I think this is like a colored pencil. But I'm trying to think of like the color. I want to say maybe it was just like a gray one. And then I like taught myself how to do like freehand stars, which you just trace the shape until it burns into your muscle memory. And so I'm glad that I did that, because now I can just freehand stars whenever. And I do it quite a lot. But yeah, I really like this page. I don't know what it is, but I also like this sword. Definitely a lot better than the swords I can draw now. But then I did more 3 marker challenges, but draw them out as bears. Oh god. Oh, gross. I really hope that you could see things. I like keep trying to like look at my phone, but I feel like I never can get the framing right, but that's fine. So I just tried to do more expressions. We're not gonna talk about this one. This one I actually still really like. I kind of want to make it into like a sticker or something. But Bootylicious Child Moida. I think that was from an audio from like TikTok or something. Oh. Then I was trying to come up with like concepts for more clay faces. This stuffed animal I don't have anymore, because I actually made it into something completely different, but that's okay. But I was like, oh, you know, I was trying to like come up with like yellow things, and then I drew more bears, which I still like. I like that they have like different like textures within them and stuff. I started another 3 marker challenge. I think you can tell how far I got with that. Then I was working on another one, but this one was like a sloth. I still might do something like this. That would still be pretty cool. And then this was a character that I made. Don't like the way I drew him, but it's fine. You just sort of forget about him. And then I was like, oh, let me just draw him as a bear, but I also didn't like that. This was for another clay face. This one, God, I love this one so much. This, I was like, oh, I want to make like a tooth fairy one. And I made the sketch and I was like, oh my god, oh, I love it so much. So then I colored it, and I really was not expecting me to love it again. But I still loved it. So I think I still have this. I think I might actually make this. Probably with like different eyes or something. But, oh, I just love it so much. It looks so good. And then I was also thinking, oh, what if he was like a space dad? But I'm going with that one. Oh, that's super shiny. Look at that. I don't even remember what this was. Like, I want to say that it was probably some kind of glitter mixed with some kind of glue, but like, I don't remember what I did there. But yeah, it just says, see yourself reflect, shine bright. And then I drew more bears. Can you tell what I really liked to draw at the time? I drew this guy. I like this guy a lot. Oh yeah. I have a story to this. So, a long time ago, right, I was born. And I can't remember who actually gave me this card. I want to say my grandmother that I don't talk to got me this card. I think this was actually for my second birthday, if I can remember, but I just remember I had to, like, go through some of my stuff that we had in the basement, and I found this, like, birthday card, and I was like, I like the vibes. I like these characters, I like these guys, and I want to put them in my sketchbook. So I took forever to cut them out, and I, like, put a whole bunch of paint on with, like, similar color palette, and I was, like, you know, adding dots everywhere, and, like, little, like, dashes, and I still actually quite like this page. And, like, there's, like, a lot of texture going on, because I would just, like, take the paint, and I would just make, like, these globs. So there's, like, you know, some of that going on, but yeah, I really like this page a lot, actually. It's, like, really messy, and I think that if I were to do this again, I probably would not put childhood is forever. Like, I just would just, or, like, have it, like, be in the center instead of, like, over here, but, and then I had more clay face concepts, but I don't think I went with any of these. I think I started this one, and then I, like, never finished it, because I got, like, really into doing digital art, and then I just kind of, like, stopped making clay faces, but I like this one. I like this one a lot. This, like, Plague Dr. Penguin is kind of a fun concept, too, and I like that one. I think I like all of them, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay, so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to draw bears better. And I still really like the way that this sketch turned out, but I was like, I'm gonna learn how to draw bears, and that will be my thing. Because I kept trying to, like, find what my thing was, so I could, like, just go for it, and then just make that my thing, but glad that I didn't, like, completely stick with bears. I still like to draw them, but and then I came up with 2 OCs that are basically just Dean and Cass. We don't talk about it. Then I drew them, well, I drew, what was his name? It's like Barley? Yeah. I drew Barley over here a lot. And then I was gonna do the other side, but I never did. Then I was like, oh god, I'm, like, so over the sketchbook. So then I was, like, trying to, like, tell myself to just keep going. And then I, like, glued the rest of the pages together, because I was like, I just want to start a new sketchbook. And then this says, people are too hard to draw, I'm such a beginner. And then, you know, he's just telling me, yeah, you did it. So then I went through my goals. It's like, did I get anatomy? And then I basically just, like, lied to myself. So, and then it just says, a romance is brewing. Don't think that there's anything in the pocket. Yeah. So, yeah, first ever sketchbook. I mean, it's very different from how I draw now, and it's very different from the way that I approach sketchbooks now, but if I had to go back, I think I would have liked to do a lot more, like, studies, and, like, figured out ways to, like, start actually understanding how to draw things, but I didn't do that. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do everything from my mind, because I know what things look like, but I don't. So, if you are a beginner, don't do what I did. But, yeah, I mean, I still like the sketchbook. I still like looking through it and being like, wow, I grew so much from this. So, you know, I definitely want to get the second sketchbook, doing a tour of that. So, I have so many sketchbooks now that I could probably, like, space them out into, like, an entire, like, year. Probably not, but a long time of just, like, doing sketchbook tour videos. But I like looking through my old sketchbooks. I think that they're, like, you know, fun to look through and just be like, wow, I don't draw like that anymore. What was I even going for? Or sometimes they can just give you ideas onto what to draw, you know? So that's why I like this sketchbook. you know, because there's some things in here that I still kind of like, but there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't like. But I think that's just the way it goes, you know? Anyways, goodbye.